November 1978. Manhattan, phone booth on 42nd Street. Snow falling outside. Inside stands a 31-year-old man. His face familiar from perfume commercials. Ted Danson. But right now, nobody recognizes him. He pulls out loose change from his pocket. His last quarter. Dials the phone. His agent Sarah answers. Ted, where are you? I'm on 42nd. Heading to a casting. Sarah's voice sounds tired. Which casting? I don't know. An assistant called. Said it's a big production. NBC. Ted, NBC won't call you. They rejected you last week. Ted looks outside. Snow intensifying. This is different. The guy's voice was different. Said it was urgent. Sarah leaves a long silence. Then speaks. Ted, your wife called. Rent's overdue. 3 months. Ted hangs up. When he enters the casting office, 3 men are sitting. All younger than him. All better looking. The receptionist asks his name. Ted Danson. The woman checks the list. Your name's not here. But they called me. If you're not on the list, you can't enter. As Ted turns, a door opens. A middle-aged man steps out. Gray suit. Cigarette lit. Is that you? The man says. Am I who? Ted asks. The man laughs. The Aramis man. I recognized you. Come in. The room is dark. No windows. A script sits on the table. It reads, Cheers, pilot episode. Ted doesn't open it. Looks at the man. Who are you? The man doesn't answer. Smokes. Then speaks. I want you to read. The Sam Malone role. Former baseball player. Bartender. Ladies' man. Ted laughs. I never played baseball. Doesn't matter. You're not Sam. But you could be. Ted reads the script. First page. Second page. Third. Then stops. This is really good. Really good, but what? NBC won't want me. Last week I went for another role. They said I was too tall. The man stands up. NBC doesn't want you. I do. Ted's surprised. Who are you? The man hands him a business card. Glenn Charles, producer, Paramount Television. Ted looks at the card. Then at the man. The man walks to the door. Come back tomorrow, same time. Meet the other producers. And Ted. Yes. Wear a blue shirt. Sam wears blue shirts. The door closes. Ted remains alone in the dark room. A business card in his pocket, a script in his hand. But he can't tell if this is real or just another dream. Next day, Ted checks his wardrobe. No blue shirt. His wife Casey drinks coffee in the kitchen. Have you seen my blue shirts? Casey doesn't answer. Ted opens the closet. They must be at the dry cleaners. But the cleaner wouldn't release them because he couldn't pay. Casey, will you talk to me? Casey slams the cup on the table. The sound too loud. Blue shirt? For which casting this time? This is different. NBC. NBC didn't want you. They said so last week. This is Paramount. A producer wants to meet with me. Casey stands up. How many producers wanted to meet with you, Ted? How many scripts have you read? How many big opportunities? Ted can't answer. Casey leaves the room. Ted hits the streets. There's a vintage shop on 9th Avenue. He goes inside. A blue shirt hangs on the rack. He asks the price. $20. Ted opens his wallet. $12 inside. He looks at the seller. A young woman. Early 20s. I have $12. Please. The woman laughs. I said $20. I have a really important casting. If I can pay tomorrow's rent. Everyone's got a story. She puts the shirt back. Ted exits the shop. Rain starts. He walks down the avenue. 1 block. 2 blocks. Then stops. A man sits on a bench. Wearing a blue shirt. Looks homeless. Ted approaches. Excuse me. The man lifts his head. Eyes red. Could I buy your shirt? The man laughs. This shirt's all I got. You too. Ted sits down. I'm an actor. I have a really important casting tomorrow. I need to wear a blue shirt. The man looks at Ted. Long and hard. Then takes off the shirt. Take it. No charge. But I already played my role. Now it's your turn. Ted takes the shirt. The man sits on the bench in a t-shirt. rain soaking him. As Ted walks home, he doesn't look back. November 22nd, 1978. Paramount Studios. Ted wears the blue shirt. But it's the homeless man's shirt. It smells. Ted realizes he's out of cologne. 3 more men enter the waiting room, all wearing blue shirts. Ted's surprised. The man next to him speaks. You here for Sam Malone too? Yeah. How many people you think they called? I don't know. The man laughs. I've been to 20 castings this month. Rejected at all of them. This is my last chance. The door opens. Glenn Charles steps out. Sees Ted. Smiles. Ted. Come in. The other men look confused. Ted enters. The room is packed. 5 producers, 2 directors, 1 casting director. Everyone stares at Ted. This is the Aramis man, Glenn says. Silence. Then a woman speaks. Too tall. Sam Malone should be shorter. Glenn objects. Sam's a former baseball player. He should be tall. Another producer. His face is too serious. Sam should be funny. Ted thinks to himself. Maybe they're right. But Glenn hands Ted the script. Read scene 6. Sam lies to Diane for the first time. Ted starts reading. Something in his voice. Exhaustion. Hopelessness. But also desperation. Not like Sam Malone. Like Ted Danson. When he finishes, the room is silent. Glenn stands. Thanks, Ted. We'll call you. As Ted leaves the studio, he knows. He didn't get the role. When he gets home, Casey's asleep. He takes off the blue shirt. Throws it in the trash. Lies on the bed. Stares at the ceiling. The phone rings. 2 a.m. Ted answers. Ted? Glenn. You got it. You're Sam Malone. Ted freezes. Are you joking? No. But there's a problem. Ted's heart stops. What problem? The other producers don't want you. You get 1 shot. We'll shoot the pilot. If it's not good, we'll replace you. When do we shoot? 3 days. Monday. Glenn hangs up. Ted sits up. Casey wakes. Who is calling? Ted smiles. For the first time in 6 months. I'm Sam Malone. Casey doesn't understand. What are you saying? I got the role. Cheers. NBC. Casey hugs Ted. They both cry. But Ted knows. This is just the beginning. The real test starts in 3 days. November 25th, 1978. Pilot shoot day. Ted arrives at the studio early. 5:30 a.m. Nobody's there yet. He sits at the bar. The Cheers bar. Fake but feels real. Glenn walks in. You ready? Ted nods. But he's not. Didn't sleep last night. Forgot all his lines. 9 a.m. Camera set. Actors arrive. A young actress plays Diane. Her name is Shelley Long. She shakes hands with Ted. I'm so excited, Shelley says. Ted smiles. Me too. But something inside him breaks. Shelley's natural. Ted feels artificial. First scene. Sam opens the bar. First line, morning. What can I get you? Director, action. Ted opens his mouth. No sound comes out. He freezes. Cut. The director's frustrated. Ted, what happened? I'm sorry. Let's try again. Second take. Ted says the line but wrong. Morning. What can I bring you? Cut. Ted, the word is get. Not bring. Third take. Ted says it right but looks at the wrong camera. Cut. Fourth take. Fifth. Sixth. Lunch break. Ted goes to the bathroom. Looks in the mirror. Face pale. Washes his hands. Door opens. Glenn enters. Ted, listen. You're tense. I can tell. I can't do this. You chose the wrong person. Glenn touches Ted's shoulder. I didn't choose you. You chose yourself. Sam is you. But you're forgetting that. Sam isn't me. Sam's confident. You're an actor. Sam's an actor too. He plays the bartender role. You play the Sam role. Both are fake. Both are real. Ted understands. Glenn's right. Afternoon shoot continues. Ted relaxed now. No longer trying to be Sam. Just playing Sam as Ted. There's a scene. Sam looks at Diane. Flirts. Laughs. Ted looks at Shelley. Really laughs. Because in that moment, he's happy. He has a job. He has a role. Cut. Perfect, Ted. That was it. 7 p.m. Shoot ends. Glenn approaches Ted. There's a meeting tomorrow. Producers will watch the pilot. If they like it, we continue. Ted goes home. Casey's asleep. Ted quietly gets into bed, but can't sleep. Tomorrow, everything could change. November 26, 1978. Ted sits by the phone. 10 a.m. Glenn was supposed to call at 9. Casey makes coffee. Maybe the meeting ran long. Or they didn't like the pilot. Ted, you were great. Glenn said so. 11 a.m. Phone doesn't ring. Ted calls his agent Sarah. Sarah, have you heard anything? No, Ted. But it's still early. Be patient. Noon. Still no sound. Ted's nervous. Leaves the apartment. Walks the streets. Greenwich Village. Cold. December weather coming. He finds a phone booth. Calls Glenn. Busy. Calls again. Busy again. 2 p.m. Ted sits in a cafe. Drinks coffee. Looks out the window. People passing by. They all have somewhere to be. A life to live. Ted's life hangs in limbo. 4 p.m. Darkness falling. Ted returns home. Casey waits at the door. Glenn called. Ted's heart stops. What did he say? He wants to see you at the studio tomorrow. 10 o'clock. Didn't he say anything else? No. Just come tomorrow. Ted can't sleep that night. Tomorrow he'll either get the job or lose everything. November 27, 1978. Ted arrives at the studio. Glenn sits in his office. Face expressionless. Ted, sit down. Ted sits. Hands trembling. Glenn speaks. We watched the pilot. All the producers. Ted waits. Glenn continues. 2 producers don't want you. One said Sam should be shorter. Another said you need to be funnier. Ted's world collapses. I understand. But 3 producers want you. Including me. And most importantly, the NBC president watched it. Loved the pilot. Loved you. Ted lifts his head. So? Glenn smiles. So, season shooting starts. January 1979. You're still Sam Malone. Ted can't breathe. Then laughs. Then cries. Glenn stands. But Ted, one more thing. Ted freezes. What? If ratings are low, we're getting canceled after the first season. So this isn't certain. Ted doesn't care. Glenn, I've been struggling for 5 years. 6 months is enough for me. Thank you. Glenn shakes his hand. Between us, Ted, you weren't my first choice. But now I know you're the right choice. As Ted leaves the studio, snow falls. But it doesn't matter anymore. He has a job. He has a role. He is Sam Malone. January 1979. Cheers, first season shooting begins. Ted's at the studio every day. 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. But he's happy. For the first time in his life, truly happy. When he gets home, Casey's asleep. Or pretending to sleep. Ted notices, but doesn't say anything. One night, February 1979, Ted comes home early. 7 p.m. Casey's crying in the living room. Casey, what happened? Casey doesn't answer. Ted sits next to her. Talk to me. Casey looks at Ted. Eyes red. What am I doing, Ted? What do you mean? You're at the studio every day. I sit here. Waiting. But I don't know what I'm waiting for. Ted doesn't understand. But Casey, I'm doing this job for both of us. Now I have money. I can pay rent. It's not about money. Casey yells. You've changed. Every day you become Sam Malone. But Sam isn't my husband. Ted is my husband. Ted stays silent. Casey's right. Over the last 2 months, he's losing himself. Inside Sam. I'm sorry, Ted says. Casey stands up. Don't be sorry. Just be here. Be with me. Ted makes a promise. But he knows. He won't be able to keep it. March 1979. First season halfway through. Ted increasingly becomes Sam. Even at home. The way he talks changes. The way he laughs changes. One night Glenn calls Ted to his office. Ted, slow down a bit. What do you mean? You're becoming too much Sam. Be yourself a little. Ted laughs. I am Sam. Sam is me. There's no difference anymore. Glenn's worried. Ted, this is dangerous. Don't let the character swallow you. But Ted doesn't care. For the first time in his life, he's successful. And this feeling is stronger than everything. April 1979. Casey tells Ted something. Something important. But Ted's not listening. Reading the script. Ted, I might be pregnant. Ted lifts his head. What did you say? I might be pregnant. Ted freezes. The script drops. Are you sure? I don't know. I'm getting tested tomorrow. Ted stands up. Hugs Casey. This is amazing. This is perfect. But there's a fear inside him. If there's a baby, what happens? If Cheers continues? Can he be both a father and Sam? Next day, Casey gets tested. Result is negative. Not pregnant. Ted feels relieved. But Casey's devastated. Are you upset? Casey says. Ted lies. I'm very upset. But Casey understands. Ted's relieved. And that changed everything. May 1979. Cheers' first season finale. Ratings announced. Low. Very low. Glenn calls Ted. Ted, there's a meeting. Tomorrow. NBC. Are they canceling? I don't know. But be prepared. Ted can't sleep that night. Casey sleeps next to him. Ted looks at her. When did they grow so distant? Next day. NBC building. Glenn, producers, Ted, and 2 NBC executives. Everyone's silent. The NBC president speaks. Gentlemen, the ratings are a disaster. There's no budget for a second season. Ted's world collapses. But Glenn stands up. Wait a minute. This show is different. Ratings are low because people haven't discovered it yet. But they will. Give us a second season. The NBC president thinks. 2 more seasons. If ratings don't improve, we cancel. Glenn shakes hands. Deal. Meeting ends. Ted hugs Glenn. Thank you. You believed in me. Glenn smiles. I didn't believe in you. I believed in Sam. Ted goes home. Casey's cooking. Ted shares the happy news. Second season approved. Casey smiles. But her eyes don't. Congratulations. Ted notices. Casey, what happened? Casey puts down the knife. Ted, I'm going to California. For a while. Ted shocked. What? Why? Because you're not with me anymore. You're with Sam. And I don't love Sam. Ted pleads. Casey, please. Everything will change. Second season I'll work less. Don't lie. You won't change. If Cheers becomes successful, it'll get worse. And I can't watch this. Casey grabs her suitcase. Heads to the door. Ted runs after her. Casey, don't go. I love you. Casey stops. Turns around. I love you too, Ted. But I don't love Sam. And now you're Sam. The door closes. Ted's left alone. In the living room. In silence. Phone rings. Glenn. Ted, there's a celebration dinner tomorrow. Whole crew's coming. You come too. Ted answers, I'll be there. But something inside him died. For the first time he gained success. But lost everything. June 1979. Ted lives alone. Small apartment. Greenwich Village. Quiet. Dark. 1 week off before second season shooting starts. Ted goes to a bar every day. Real bar. Not the Cheers bar. One night, the bartender recognizes Ted. You're the Aramis man, aren't you? Ted smiles. I was. What do you do now? I'm on a TV show. Cheers. On NBC. The bartender hasn't heard of it. Nobody has. Because Cheers isn't popular yet. Ted goes home. Phone rings. Casey. Ted, how are you? I'm good. You? I'm good. California's nice. Silence. Ted, I need to tell you something. Ted knows what she'll say. Tell me. I want a divorce. Ted's not surprised. I understand. I'm sorry. But this is best for us. The phone cuts off. Ted sits. Stares at empty walls. Next day Glenn calls. Ted, second season starting. You ready? Ted answers, I'm ready. But he's not. Ted is dead. Now there's only Sam. First shooting day. Ted goes to the studio. Wears a blue shirt. But this time his own shirt. Expensive. New. Glenn greets him. Ted, the new season's going to be great. I believe it. Ted smiles. Me too. But Glenn doesn't know the truth. Ted isn't Ted anymore. He's Sam Malone. Only Sam. Camera rolls. First scene. Sam opens the bar. Diane enters. Sam smiles. Morning. What can I get you? Perfect. Because Ted no longer exists. Only Sam exists. And Sam never fails. Years later, in 1982, Cheers will win an Emmy. In 1986, it'll hit the top of the ratings. Ted Danson will become a superstar. But he'll never see that Ted Danson from November 1978 again. Because that Ted died so Sam could live. Casey was right. Ted changed. But he had to change. Because to survive in Hollywood, you have to kill yourself. And Ted Danson did just that.